Hello, this is Matt on the Moon Lambeau channel. I got a few stories for you in this particular video. I'll be starting with this one. World Economic Forum representative praises cryptocurrencies after joining Ripple's swell. And I will tell you that it's always refreshing to hear from somebody that just kind of gets the big picture. I'll tell you what, my own personal life, I have given up speaking to friends about cryptocurrency. I gave up some time ago. What I find, and maybe it's different with you, but I doubt it, most people are not going to get it. If it's not something that is already an in-place standard, they can't see the future, even though for people like us that are XRP holders, I'm suspecting we're all more or less on the same page in terms of just getting it if we've sufficiently done research. I know that there's new people out there that have just entered the XRP community still trying to figure stuff out, and fair enough. But my gosh, I've reached a point where I'm certainly no longer going to try to even bring up the topic of cryptocurrency, and then once this is all said and done, especially after the next parabolic rally, if anybody wants to, any of my friends want me to ask me like why I did what I did, I'll be happy to tell them all about it, but I'll also explain why I didn't want to bring it up again. And so, I'm sorry, some people are just going to miss out, head in the sand. Also, I continue to believe that the Spark token from Flare Networks is going to be something perhaps substantial. I've got more news. This is from You Today. Index becomes first Canadian exchange to support XRP's utility fork Flare. And if you're an XRP holder, you are entitled to free Spark tokens on a one-to-one basis at a minimum. Meaning if you have 1,000 XRP, for example, you get a minimum of 1,000 Spark tokens. Now, I want to be clear here that if you do choose to claim your Spark tokens, you will never have to type in your private key into a website. You won't have to give it to anybody. You won't have to speak it to anybody. Don't do that, because if you do, you're going to lose all of your XRP, because that would mean that you fell victim to a scam. To claim your Spark tokens, you never have to give up your private key. You keep that to yourself. You tell that to nobody. Please, nobody fall victim. I know there's going to be scams coming as we get closer to the airdrop date here. But before covering things any further here, if you would please delicately tap the like button. I definitely appreciate the support. And also, if you are a fan of Ripple and XRP, you done came to the right spot, son or daughter. Thanks for stopping by. Go ahead and subscribe to join the echo chamber. Is that a good echo impression? Does that work? Or no? I mean, that's a real echo. That's a real echo. All right, let's jump into this first piece. In an interview for The Voice of Woman, the head of blockchain data and digital assets of the World Economic Forum, or WEF for short, Sheila Warren, spoke about blockchain and cryptocurrencies. Warren predicts that these new technologies will be an intrinsic part of the world and society in the upcoming years. At this point, they will no longer have the media coverage they have today because they will be taken for granted. That's a quote. They will be taken for granted, just like the internet. Yeah, I go out of my way to take the internet for granted. Thus, Warren predicted a change in the way business will be done. In a decade, major businesses will be supported by blockchain. Referring to Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies, Warren said she is optimistic in opposition to the popular belief that Bitcoin, Ethereum, and XRP are used for illicit activities. Warren emphasized that only a small portion is used by criminals. Exactly, and so the United States dollar is used by criminals. Should we just ban the United States dollar? No, that'd be stupid, and we're not idiot sticks, are we? No, we're not. We're just simple XRP bots. Beep, boop, beep. But this is why it's funny to me. And when I was speaking earlier about the idea of, I know it has to be the case that most of you have encountered this, and hopefully you have some friends that you can actually talk to about this stuff. I actually don't have anybody in real life that has any meaningful interest in this. Okay, fine. So all three of my brothers hold XRP and some other cryptos, but I don't think they fully understand it. I don't think they care to, which is weird to me because they put money in it. But it is what it is. And so I don't really have anybody in real life, an IRL, if you will, where I can actually talk about this stuff. And it's so funny, the people that have the strongest opinions about how stupid the whole crypto thing is know the least about it. Tell me that isn't true in your real world experience as well. It is. It's like something that should bring us all together. It's just a simple truth. But here's a quote from Sheila Warren. What cryptocurrencies do is enable peer-to-peer engagement around money. Just like the internet enabled us to share content very quickly with people all over the world, seamlessly, frictionlessly, and at a fraction of the cost. The same thing can be true of money, and you can imagine the world in which we could engage in a direct, seamless transaction with any individual with a digital wallet anywhere in the world and at any point in time, and what that might empower. Yep. See, yes, the answer is, and you can do a lot more with crypto, absolutely. There are multiple use cases, and there are all sorts of business models out there that can exist today because this technology exists, that without blockchain technology and decentralized cryptocurrencies with open market values, there are business models that can't exist without that. And that's just a fundamental truth, and that's why I've cited... like that was my aha moment in 2017. The reason that I stuck around, that for me, that's what it was. For some people, the early Bitcoiners, it's like, yeah, down with banks, down with government, replace fiat currency. That didn't do it for me. That wasn't going to be enough to get me to stick around. And I've acknowledged that absolutely could take hold at some point. It's just not a strong enough pain point from many people's lives. But in third world countries where you have hyperinflation, this and that, I could totally see that at some point in the future, even if it's decades from now, I could see that starting to take hold to some degree. I still think there will always be fiat currencies. I don't think those are going to go away because, how many nations are going to give away their fiscal sovereignty? Like zero or close to zero, right? I don't know why they don't openly give it up, so I could see that. But that's why for me, the aha moment was, wait a minute, there are business models that can actually exist that otherwise couldn't exist without a technologically advanced, decentralized cryptocurrency that has an open market price. And once I realized that, I was like, holy hell, there is something. And that's where I was just like, brain explode. I was like, and then I just kept going down the rabbit hole. I was like, oh my gosh. I was like, all the people that are naysayers are freaking bonkers. They don't know what, they think we're wacky. No, they're wacky. You're not even like, you have such strong opinions and you haven't even researched this stuff. Come on. And then they have this little subheading here, Ripple and the Micropayment Revolution. Within the spectrum of innovation, Warren said the technology behind micropayments and low-cost instant payments is what excites people the most. Ding, ding, ding. How about that? Same for Moon Lambo. On the potential for this technology to make payments and for new generations, Warren stated the following, which is, quote, people are excited about is the concept of micropayments. And right now, it's just inefficient to send pennies to anyone. It doesn't really make sense, but imagine if you could do that for free. Those pennies could quickly add up. I also think digital currency is going to change what we think about intergenerational wealth transfer. There's no question that those who are coming of age today and entering the job market will have very different needs than I had. Oh, that's definitely true. And if you could think about just the way, people... Actually, millennials are starting to get old now, right? I guess I'm an elder millennial, technically. I'm 37. But... people that are born today, or maybe even just young right now, even just if they're like 10 years old, how are they going to view investment opportunities in the future? Because I tell you what, growing up the way they are with a computer in their pocket every single day, smartphones, I don't think it's going to be wacky for them to just mentally grasp what cryptocurrencies are and why they're necessary to have, especially given by the time they're at investing age for anything. It'll be pretty damn clear that this asset class wasn't just a blip on the radar. It will have had decades of time to age, right? And so there we go. Now into this piece from you today. Index becomes first Canadian exchange to support XRP's utility fork Flare. This continues to excite me, and also it's an additional. It's not the reason I'm doing this, but I'm extra excited that I'm doing this. I have been speeding up in short order, and I've made that publicly. I've publicly announced that. I'm not going to say how much, but I'm investing a good bit more in my in XRP to fill up my bags even further. And I was going to do that regardless, but I have to tell you that recognizing that I'm getting that much free Spark, it's like I'm getting a two. It's like a buy one get one, right? Seriously, it's a BOGO sale, right? It's a BOGO sale. Buy one get one, man. And so for every XRP I get, at least one extra Spark token. And I understand that today, the Spark token not released and has a market price of 0 because it's not on the market. But once it gets traded on exchanges, which I suspect will happen, all bets are off, man. People speculate like crazy. And I also see an increase in the pace of cryptocurrency exchanges announcing that they are going to offer support for this airdrop, right? And so Alberta-based cryptocurrency index will support the distribution of the forthcoming airdrop of the Flare Network Spark token. FXRP is valued at 1-to-1 with the Ripple affiliated XRP cryptocurrency. And so that's not true. As far as the way it's distributed, that's on a 1-to-1 basis, but that's absolutely false what they wrote there. It's worth zero. It's not worth what XRP is worth. It's worth zero right now. Just like, once upon a time, XRP was worth zero. But then it was put on open markets and people traded it, and it ultimately ramped up to almost $4 before retracing, and we know where it is today. And so Spark, likewise, is worth nothing right now. I don't think that will be the case forever. I really don't. So I'll take my free Spark tokens. But anyway, users will be able to receive the new token directly to their wallets after the snapshot. Index is one of the leading digital currency exchanges in Canada that was launched back in 2014. It is registered with Canada's Financial Intelligence FinTrack. In April 2019, Index partnered with Ledger Vault to provide a higher level of security for its users following the huge Quadriga CX controversy that tarnished the reputation of the Canadian cryptocurrency industry, which was a very interesting story. I remember off the top of my head what that is. Maybe some of you do too. That's where the CEO of that particular exchange, he died, and he was the only one that had the private keys for the cold storage for all of their cryptocurrency customers. Like, crazy story, absolutely crazy story. I can't remember how much was lost. Maybe it was a couple $100 million. I'd have to Google it to get the specifics, but it was a crazy amount of customer funds that were lost. So yeah, things didn't go so well there. I can't believe they were so irresponsible, but that actually happened. But anyway, that's it for this video. Thank you very much for stopping by, my fellow XRP community members. I am not a financial advisor. Do not buy or sell anything because of anything that I say or write. That would be a very, very, very bad idea. Until next time, to the moon, Lambo!